Tonight on NewsWatch 12 at 6, we're checking in with the Zuberi hearing that took place earlier today. And the Cliff Benz Town Hall saw an international disruption today. We talked to protesters behind the disruption, coming up next. And a lawsuit has been filed against the Medford Police Department. We'll share the reason and the responses tonight.
Mostly sunny, still feeling summer-like for tomorrow, but big changes on the way for the rest of the work week. I'll have a look at that extended forecast coming up.
Watching out for you. This is NewsWatch 12 at 6.
A Klamath Falls kidnapper was in federal court today, and new details of his foiled plans to build an army of his own children came to the surface tonight. We're taking a live look at today's federal court proceeding for Negasi Zuberi. Thanks for joining us for NewsWatch 12 at 6. I'm Haley Gravitt. Today, lawyers went through 471 exhibits for his trial evidence. The 30-year-old is accused of kidnapping, sex, and weapon charges. The court revealing a bigger plan by Zuberi. NewsWatch 12's Jerry Howard in that federal courtroom today, where prosecutors talked about Zuberi's target list and Operation Takeover to create his own army by having children with various women. Jerry, what can you share with us?
Yeah, Haley, that target list and Operation Takeover joined the word cell, C-E-L-L, as evidentiary matters in the case. 30-year-old Negasi Zuberi is accused of building a cinder block captivity cell in a home he rented in Klamath Falls and keeping a kidnap and sex victim there. Zuberi faces 8 criminal counts involving 2 victims of sex crime and kidnapping. Police say they arrested Zuberi after one victim broke out of his house and contacted police July 15, 2023. The FBI says that's the day after Zuberi kidnapped her around Seattle and raped her on the drive to Klamath Falls. It's also the day before Zuberi was found with a woman and their 2 sons in a Reno, Nevada parking lot where he had a police standoff. The court allowed video clips from Reno police body cam recordings to play in the courtroom for Zuberi to see today. It showed police ordering him repeatedly to get out of his car, which he told police had his son in the back seat. Zuberi can be heard making some verbal reference to a gunshot, to which the police officer replied, quote, "We don't want that," end quote. Then Zuberi called the police liars, saying, quote, "I don't care what other people want, I care what I want," end quote. The officer then eventually took the child into his arms, and Zuberi was found bleeding with a knife during his arrest. Now, during today's review of more than 470 exhibits of evidence in the case, U.S. District Judge Michael McShane said evidence suggests Zuberi had a bigger plan, as you noted there, Haley, that he had a plan to create an underground bunker and populate an army for himself with children he planned to have with multiple women. Reporting live at the federal courthouse with photojournalist Eric Prado, Jerry Howard, NewsWatch 12. Haley?
Thank you, Jerry and Eric. Let's check in with Stormwatch 12 Chief Meteorologist Matt Hoffman to see what our conditions are looking like for us this evening for us, Matt.
Well, it's looking lovely, maybe for a walk outside. It's beautiful. Temperatures very pleasant in the 80s this hour in Medford. It's 80 in Wairika, 77 in Klamath Falls, even 70 in Brookings. A lot of sunshine throughout southern Oregon and northern California. Air quality remains good for most of the region. We do have some moderate air quality in Etna due to the Boise fire, but we're not expecting any really widespread significant impacts to air quality in the region, even on into our Wednesday. Tonight, clearing skies down to 55 in Medford, chilly in the Basin down to 43 in Klamath Falls and 51 in Wairika. Tomorrow, temperatures warm but still running a little bit below average for this time of the year, up to 85 in Medford, 67 in Brookings, and getting up to 79 in Klamath Falls. This is the next storm system, though, off to the north and west. It will start to move in on Thursday with some cooler temperatures to end out the week, more widespread precipitation. It's really going to look and feel a bit like fall. We'll have more details on the system and what you can expect with it coming up in just a bit. Haley.
Thank you, Matt. And tonight we're sharing the moments protesters started yelling during a town hall meeting. Representative Cliff Benz was holding the town hall to share what he's doing in Washington and get feedback from the community. Feedback was heard today, just not in the way anyone thought would happen. 2 people left in handcuffs today in that middle of the town hall. The group, the Pepper Shakers, definitely shaking things up today. Take a look.
Representative Cliff Benz, we find you guilty of aiding the genocide of Palestinians.
Chaos breaking out at a town hall in Jackson County today. Protesters accusing Representative Cliff Bentz on aiding in the genocide of Palestinians. Handcuffs out, law enforcement taking action.
What would you be doing? There's a genocide happening. What would you be doing? They're arresting me
The Rogue Valley Pepper Shakers, the organization protesting today, telling NewsWatch 12, quote, "We chose to disrupt this town hall because we cannot allow pro-genocide mouthpieces to spew this rhetoric in our community. We, the people of Jackson County, say no platform for genocide." And I did reach out to the sheriff's office to see what the two men were being charged with, as well as their identities. JCSO telling me they are not in jail tonight, and the event organizer did not press charges, so the subjects were released. Cliff Bentz also responding, so be sure to stay with us for NewsWatch 12 at 11 to hear his reaction to that disruption. And the Pepper Shakers, also one of the plaintiffs in a lawsuit filed today by the Oregon ACLU. They're taking legal action against the Medford Police Department, claiming MPD is illegally spying on progressive groups within the Rogue Valley. NewsWatch 12's Leave column joining us live in Medford now after reaching out to the groups involved in this lawsuit today. Leave, can you break down this case for us?
Well, Haley, we got a statement a little over an hour ago from both MPD and Medford City Attorney. They're refuting claims that police illegally tracked the plaintiffs, instead saying they're addressing public safety concerns. Take a look. City of Medford responding to a lawsuit filed Tuesday by Oregon's ACLU. The suit says that city police violated state law by surveilling progressive groups in the valley based on their political beliefs. The ACLU filing on behalf of 3 plaintiffs, including the Rogue Valley Pepper Shakers. Last month, the group interrupted Senator Ron Wyden's town hall meeting in Medford by protesting, calling for a ceasefire in Gaza.
Well, I was asked to be the moderator of this town hall, so at this point we want to...
Medford City Attorney now saying police review publicly available social media to address public safety during public rallies and protests. Police Chief Justin Ivins saying, quote, "The Medford Police Department prioritizes community safety and upholds the constitutional rights of our citizens. We use publicly available information to plan and staff events impacting public safety. This ensures our ability to address potential safety concerns while safeguarding those exercising their constitutional right to free speech." NewsWatch 12 also reached out to the plaintiffs in this case, and they referred us back to the ACLU's original statement. This is a developing story. We're going to continue to track this case and get you the latest information as it becomes available. Live in Medford, Leaf Column, NewsWatch 12.
Leave, thank you. And moving to Ashland tonight, a grass fire last night ended in an arrest. Last night around 8 p.m., the fire was reported off of Interstate 5. Ashland Fire and Rescue and police responding to the call, and they were able to quickly contain this fire. 43-year-old Jennifer Paulson taken into custody on charges of reckless burning, disorderly conduct, and resisting arrest. Over in Siskiyou County tonight, Wairika city councilors will vote on an ordinance that would ban homeless camping on public property. NewsWatch 12 previously reported on the first reading of the ordinance called Camping and Storage of Property in Public Places Prohibited on August 9th. If the city council approves the second reading tonight, the ordinance will take effect at the end of September. At the first reading, the Wairika city council approved the ordinance in a 4-1 vote. And earlier this month, Newsom said some local jurisdictions are not doing enough despite the resources the state has provided. And the California governor added that he will start redirecting money from cities and counties that don't show results in reducing homelessness. And first on our fire watch tonight, the Douglas County Sheriff's Office has canceled all evacuations for the Dixon fire. The fire is now 67% contained and remains at just under 2,000 acres. Crews are concentrating on mop-up around the entire fire perimeter. Once mop-up meets the standards of local agencies, the fire will be turned over to the local Type 4 organization. And the Dixon fire isn't the only fire being returned to local responders. The Southwest Area Incident Management Team is turning operations back to local units as the fire is now 90% contained. The Southwest Area team issued their final update for the Warner Peak fire this morning. Firefighters will continue to patrol the fire edges as mop-up for the fire is nearly 66,000 acres continues. On to the Boise fire tonight. It's on uptick in visible activity yesterday as vegetation dries out, but little growth was outside the current perimeter. The fire is just over 12,000 acres with 13% containment. As operations for the Boise fire continue, traffic control on the Salmon River Road will be in place 24 hours a day. We'll talk about other fires in the area, but first we're taking a look at a Grants Pass family's worst fears becoming a reality this weekend as their 2.5-year-old son was diagnosed with a life-threatening E. coli infection that resulted in kidney failure. The layman's nightmare began as their son Hayden started developing concerning symptoms. After blood started appearing in Hayden's vomit and diarrhea, his parents took him to the hospital. Hayden later transported to Portland for treatment. In conversations with the Oregon Health Department, the Laymans discovered the cause.
And from what they have told me, it is very common for this area because it's found in the soil here. So that was something I didn't know.
Hayden is on dialysis in Portland with his family. Although he remains in critical condition, Laura reports that he is showing signs of improvement. On our school watch, another Southern Oregon school is getting seismic upgrades. We've told you about schools in the Phoenix Talent area and Three Rivers school districts that have been doing seismic upgrades this summer. Tonight, the Eagle Point School Board voting on the contract for renovations at the Eagle Point High School gym. The school received a grant from the state of Oregon for the upgrades. The goal is to enhance the resilience of the gym from earthquakes. The grant was for nearly $2.5 million. And the Klamath County School District announced today that they are providing free school supplies this year for all elementary school students. The district will purchase the items that your child needs to go directly to the classroom. All you need to do is send your student to school with a backpack so materials can be sent home.